Hello and welcome back to my channel. If we want to be honest to ourselves, most of us will admit that as children, we did one thing or the other that fills us with deep shame, sometimes regret and pain. There's something we did to ourselves, there's something we allowed someone to do to us, or there's something we did to another person that was not nice, that was, in fact, very irritating, very disgusting, very distasteful. And sometimes when that act is like extreme or is considered to be extreme, we even avoid our childhood friends or our childhood classmates. We don't want to associate with them. We feel that we are stained. We feel that, oh, why did I do this thing? So when there's an occasion to be with our childhood friends or to go for an old students association, we shy away from it. It happens. Now, I want to start with a little story. There's a classmate I had in secondary school, and I think she was in a situation where an adult took advantage of her, or she grew up exposed to watching adult movies or adult scenarios. And as a result of that, she had a problem. She had a problem like when we are in school, she'll just call guys aside and she'll tell them that she wants to sleep with them. She'll just tell them that she wants to sleep with them. I don't know how many of my classmates took advantage of that, but I know it was something that people used to laugh at her behind her back. People used to say stuff about her. And by the time we were in the university, and we graduated, she never still, as far as I know, she has never participated in any old students group. And really, I don't know why. She's abroad now. I really don't know why. But it may not be unusual, or we may not be surprised to learn that because of what she did in the past, she feels that she's too stained, she's too soiled to associate with people. She doesn't want to identify with the past. I've been in situations where I did things that I shouldn't have done. So I understand what she's going through and what some of you watching this are going through. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about some things that happen to children, especially in the secondary school age, maybe when they are adolescents, even before then, that happen and why these things happen. So today's edition is going to be packed. So don't go anywhere. Secretly dealing with what the society considers shameful? Or are you tormented by your thoughts? Or do you just want to learn from the experience of others? I am Ethel Modia, a trained behavior coach and certified mentor. And here on the Behavior Hug YouTube channel, you will get that objective perspective that you so desperately need. Your life and purpose shouldn't be left to chance. It's time to get intentional. Welcome back. My friend had a driver that walked with a limp. He had this funny way of walking, and it was due to something that happened to him in the past, an injury, or he was born that way. I don't really know. But one day, my friend's son, he was about 3, 4, talked to this man and said, "Why are you walking like this? Please walk properly." You see something about children. Children are innocent. So sometimes they tend to say things that people feel, wow, they're outrageous. But this is because the world of children is different from our world as adults. As adults, over the years, we have learned to understand what is considered good or bad. And sometimes we still do bad things, but we hide while we are doing it. We don't want the world to see. But children and adolescents, there's an age you are. The boundaries between good and bad is not so clearly defined. There are things I supported even as a teenager that now I'm like, what were you thinking about? I had this classmate in secondary school. Then she was like 13, 14. She had a boyfriend in quotes because of course that was not really a boyfriend. He was taking advantage of her. She had a boyfriend of about 27. I think he was in the university then, and she used to talk about what they used to do, so many things, vulgar things. And then to me it was okay. I felt, oh, that's what people do. But it was later, many years later in adulthood, that I realized that that girl, even with the support of her parents were actually supporting her. The guy could come to the house and all that. She was being taken advantage of. The guy was taking advantage of her because she was a child. As a child, your morality or your life, your point, let me use your morality, or the way you see life is not clearly defined. So you can find yourself in a situation where you do things, or where you do things that later in life you find you'll be thinking, how could I have done this kind of thing? How could I have hurt somebody so much? How could I have done this thing? And you feel guilt. Many adults as we speak, they are carrying guilt from years, what they did in primary school, what they did in secondary school and the like. But today I want to guide you so that you will set yourself free. You will set yourself free from the guilt and the shame. This is because when you did those things that you did, you never realized the effect or the result, the consequences. Yes, as young people, even in the university, there were things I did that I wondered that I would never have done those kind of things today. So moving around with guilt and with pain is not necessary. What you should do if you were in that situation, make sure, try as much as possible to not to prevent people coming after you from making those same mistakes. Learn to identify the triggers, learn to understand the triggers, identify the triggers, so that people that are younger than you, people that you are custodians over, people that you are looking after, people that you are influencing, people that you are mentoring, they will not fall into that same hole that you fell. Yes, that is what you should do, rather than wallow in pity, or in feeling that, oh, you did something wrong that you were not supposed to do. So in moving forward, I'm going to talk about things that young people several things that young people do that to